You ain't a real filmmaker filming on that DJI OSMO Pocket 3, and that shot's overexposed. You're such a hack. Okay, you actually caught me saying the last part of that line in this intro. It was meant to be all off screen, but that's okay. I was trying to prove a point, because some people may think that. And I film on the DJI OSMO Pocket 3, and I am a filmmaker. A bit of a backstory, my recent film was selected at an Academy Award qualifying film festival, the St Kilda Film Festival. It's due to premiere in a little bit over a week. Until then though, I've been thinking about film a lot, and there's one thing in film that is overlooked. But before we get to that, let's do some exercise. Wow, what a workout. Yeah, that was a long 30-minute session of jogging. No, don't believe everything you see on social media. I've actually scheduled my workout time for later in the day. I just wanted to keep this episode a bit interesting. Okay, so back to where we were. Sound. Why is sound so important? Well, let's look at one of these scenes from my award-winning short film, Fun Times. On Fun Times, we spent 5 days at a post-production studio called Music and Effects to get that cinematic 5.1 sound. We used that time to get this soundscape, and the real vibe of the film comes through the sound. But what about vlogging? When I do a cinematic vlog, it's not like I've scripted every little bit of sound, because the real world brings sound into the mix. Okay, this is a good example. What can us DIY filmmakers do when it comes to sound? Like, for example, me when I do my cinematic vlogs. So here are a few things that you can do to really enhance that, even when it comes to vlogging. So I'm sitting here in this wide shot. Okay, for that demonstration, as you can see, I've got the mic on. And it's good to think of these things as layers. But if you unclip the mic, okay, cool. Yeah, I kind of like this overexposed shot here. Like instinctually, I just like use my phone to kind of light my face off the reflection of the sun. But what was I saying? Oh yeah, so my recent documentary, the sound mix isn't perfect on it, even though it's been selected for a major film festival. It's got some imperfections, but to be honest, that's part of the charm of the film, because we shot in the real world. I was filming a lot of protests at the time. I even got attacked in one of the scenes by a protester for making this film. Okay. Oh god. Alright. Yes. Serious face. I think that the gear should never stop you from making films. Sometimes you just have to work with what you have, and that's what I did on that film. I instinctually went out and did that. The same way instinctually I'm using my phone in the sunlight to reflect You can literally just use your creativity in any point in time to kind of just make things work. Practice makes perfect. So I may be able to go out there and shoot in natural light very easily and effortlessly because I kind of have an idea of what works and what doesn't over years of trial and error. But if you think of film like working out every day, the more you practice, the better you'll get. The muscle will grow. Repetition every day filming. It's a skill set that takes a bit of time and a lot of effort. I think my strength as a filmmaker is visual storytelling and metaphors and being able to turn the everyday mundane into something slightly more interesting. It's not the gear that makes people strong. Some people just use their natural body weight and are able to build a lot of muscle and strength. It just depends what you're after. What are you after as a filmmaker? And when you work those muscles, you get to decide what kind of filmmaker you want to be.
Yeah.
I stopped making this film like so many times and started and stopped. The title of the film is actually Untitled Unfinished. You kind of have a film that's literally about the nature of this life being a work in progress. Want to be in the film at all? Like you don't want to, like, even just like a voice, like telling your story or something?
I don't talk about myself.
I know you don't want to be on camera because, like, well, I mean, at this point the film is literally just going to be me on camera. You don't have to have the best gear. You don't even have to have everything to this professional standard before you tell a story, because if you have that in you to tell a story, you should already just start doing it.
You made a movie, you know? I'm sitting there with this joy and love in my, you know?
The gear shouldn't stop you. If you got a story, go out there and make it, you know?